Using Cisco packet tracer, how can we create a LAN, and from this LAN we can send the packets, so students can have the simulation flavor to create an integrated environment using a LAN. So basically this LAN will be created using a server. One server will be there, and that server will be connected with a simple computer. So it will not be an end-to-end connection, it will be connected through a switch. For this I have to choose one switch, and this is the panel of the Cisco packet tracer, where you can choose either a router or you can choose one switch or a hub or a wireless device, or you can take the connections also. In connections also you can go for the console connection, or you can go for automatically choose any connection type. That basically depends on your devices. It will choose the connection type, or it will go for a straight through cable, or you can go for a crossover cable or a fiber optic cable or phone. So whatever you want, that choice is up to you. Now as we are connecting these two server and PC using one switch, so we have to choose one switch also. So there are several Cisco released switches are there. So we will choose the 2960. It is a basic 24 port switch. Now as we are connecting it through a LAN, we have to choose the wired connectivity. So either you can go for the straight through cable, or we can go for the crossover cable. Now the thumb rule is that if the device is heterogeneous, that case we have to go for straight through cable, otherwise we have to go for a crossover cable. Now as we are connecting this server through via switch, so both are heterogeneous devices, so that case the best option is to choose for the straight through cable. And if you go for a single end-to-end connection between two computer, that case the crossover cable will be the best option. Now choose the straight through cable. Now as when you are going to connect, it will show you the LAN connectivity port. So how many LAN connectivity ports you have. So in a computer, one LAN connectivity ports will be there. In case of a switch, as it is a 24 port switch, 24 LAN connectivity port it will show. So you can choose any one of the port for this one. 24 plus 2 gigabyte Ethernet port is also there. Now we have just connected, but we have not set the IP right now, so we will set the IP later on. Now again I am connecting this switch with this server. This server is basically one Ethernet port server, so it is connected. Now we have to provide the IP. Now we have to set the IP here. So I am giving the I am just naming the IP address. I am providing the same class of IP to connect both of them. The one I have given 192.168.1.100. so this IP should be set as 192.168.1.1. so it will help me to identify that what IP I have set it, because I have renamed it, because but I have not set the IP till now. Now if I click on this one, it will show the back panel of the server. Now I have to assign the IP. So go to config, then first Ethernet, and put the IP. So we have given the IP 192.168.1.100, and automatically it will choose the subnet mask. And here I have to put the IP for that computer, and it will also again show the back panel of that IP and what are the interfaces available: camera, a microphone, headphone. So all the interfaces you can get for your configuration. So again I will go to config and then first Ethernet and put the IP over there. So IP assignment is done. Now go to the system, go to desktop. It will show you the entire network configuration connectivity interfaces, that is text editor, firewall, terminal, command prompt, whatever you need. Now if I go to the command prompt, now ping it. My destination IP is 192.168.1.100. Now the ping is successful, that means the server connectivity is done. Now from the server side also we can do we can check the same thing. Now let us check in the server what are the facilities, what are the services have been provided. Now this server can act as a HTTP server or a DHCP server, TFTP server, DNS server, NTP server, email server, so whatever it may be. Now in case of HTTP server, look at this, these are some basic HTML server HTML pages are open. Now if I run it from a fake web browser or a virtual web browser from the PC, I can get the entire details of this HTTP server. So let us check how I can access this HTTP server. Now from my PC I have a virtual web browser is there, and if I type 192.168.1.100, now you will get this is the HTTP server. You will find it out. Now here right now the HTTP server is on. Now if you make it off, that case you may not access this HTTP server. 192.168.1.100. Now look at this, the server is not working. So you can control your web server also. Now you can create your FTP server also. In FTP server I have one already. FTP account is created, username and with the username and password. So if you want to access this HTTP server, the ID and password is, I suppose it is CISCO and CISCO. So and it has the read write, both the permissions are there. So let us go to the FTP server. Over here in the command prompt write FTP 192.168.1.100. now it will trying to connect. Now write down CISCO is the username and password it is asking for. If I give CISCO, then login is successful. Now if I want to quit from that FTP server, just write quit and it will coming out of it. Now you can create your own account also in that FTP server. Go to FTP and create a new username and password, and you can put the read write all the permissions whatever you want to give. So I have give the read write and delete, and but rename permissions I have not given. Okay, fine. Now in the same manner, if I go over here and go to command prompt and write FTP 192.168.1.100, so it is connected. Right now I will connect with my account. It is connected. So these are the few simple applications. More applications are there that you can explore with that CISCO packet.